Hi, Office Farley. Do you mind coming in and taking a quick seat?
Sure, Office Richie.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that we are using our official title so that we can differentiate ourselves from the Richie and Farley who do the podcast, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to have a quick chat with you with regards to Francis. Now, depending on which timeline you currently reside in, he may not have died already. So we might possibly have need you to fill in for some of his duties. Do you think you could maybe take on a little bit more of a workload?
What were his duties? I remember he was late and he had some chronically ill children.
I'll have to check with the front desk. Maybe that's where Francis worked. I'm not sure.
Maybe he did the photocopier changes, toner changing.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen less graffiti with regards to the size of your penis in the toilet, so maybe we found the culprit there.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, will there be extra pay for these?
Absolutely not. In fact, slightly less.
Okay, yeah, sign me up.
Right, okay. And along with that, I believe some of his other roles did include reciting where the podcast could be found. Can I just double check you do know that?
I think so. Hang on. I think you can find most of the stuff on www.thatguys.co.uk. And then the guys post additional content using the tag at @thatguysaremaniac. All one word, lowercase, on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Is that right?
I think that's about right. Yeah, I think you covered most of the bases there. At least, I don't know. I used to trust Francis knew this stuff. I'll be honest. But yeah, cool. Okay, and yeah, do we have any ideas of what non-office Richie and Farley are going to be talking about this week?
I don't know. Maybe. Because it's Betwixmas in the real world. They've been playing some games.
Yeah, maybe they should ask each other what they have been playing.
Oh, we should come up with a format for that. Maybe we could call it "What Have They Been Playing?"
Or maybe, what are you playing, stranger?
Hey.
Right. Okay, cool. I think that was one of our better office skits.
That's okay. They're becoming increasingly perfunctory, but they are coming out in a funny order.
Yeah, that's the thing. Depending on the timelines, exactly.
Yeah, what we don't have is unlike who was it that we said had a big book of the timeline in a safe? Nintendo? Pokemon. It was Game Freak.
Pokemon. Yeah, it was Game Freak. Yeah.
Unlike Game Freak,
yeah,
we take more of a Capcom approach to guarding our lore and storylines. We just do whatever the fuck we want every now and then.
Yeah, which is pretty much the ethos for the entire podcast. Yeah, whatever the fuck we want. Yeah, right. Okay, so as you alluded, as Office Farley alluded to. Do we have to call each other podcast?
I mean, I don't know. Do you know? I can't believe you know the names of the actual office weebs.
Yeah, well, I do like to try and make some kind of an effort every so often.
I only go down there to steal biscuits.
Yeah, I go there to write in the walls.
And do big jobbies.
Do big jobbies. Yeah. I like my own personal toilet and TGM towers to be absolutely pristine. So big jobbies down and then the worker drones toilets.
Nice.
Right. On that lovely note, what have you been playing, Farley?
Well, actually, I have an announcement.
Oh, you have an announcement?
Yeah,
classic. Season 1.
Yeah. So my announcement is the second that we finished recording Looking Forward, Looking Back, which may or may not be the previous episode. I think it probably will be, right?
Yeah, let's say so. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to call us up on it, but yeah, sure.
No, there's no time in the library. The moment we stopped recording, I thought of two games that I'm really looking forward to playing.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
One of which is Stray. I don't know if you've seen that at all.
No. Is that the sad dog film in Chile?
No, it's about a cat who you play as a cat walking through what looks like post-human world filled with robots. It looks absolutely lovely.
Oh yeah. No, sorry, I just googled that. Yes, I did see this, and yeah, it does look very funky. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just really excited. I always liked Deadly Creatures on the Wii, which is the one where you played as a spider and a scorpion.
Okay.
And kind of navigating the world at that scale. And so I think this does a similar kind of thing, except you've got all the hopefully you've got the flexibility of a cat and walking through, I guess. I don't know if there's combat.
My only gripe is that the futuristic world that they have is the very generic cyberpunk world. It's bright neon 80s, what's it called? Blade Runner-esque stuff that you see in almost every game.
Yeah, but at least you're seeing it from a
cat's eye view.
A cat's eye view, yeah.
Yeah.
Something different.
No, I suppose that is, yeah.
I'm quite intrigued as well to see if you can kind of pick apart what has happened to the world. And so that was one of the ones that was on my list. And then the other one, which segues me nicely into what you're playing, is Mario and Rabids Spark of Hope. So on one of the Nintendo Directs, I think.
Yeah.
They announced a sequel to Mario and Rabids Kingdom Battle, which is a great game, which is like it is really, really good, surprisingly good, considering. And this was the take at the time, was like, why would you match Rabids and Mario together?
Yeah.
Why would Nintendo allow this, basically? But it is really, really good. It takes the best parts. It really, really does take the best parts of Rabids, and this kind of Rabbid Peach and Rabbid Luigi. I think the gameplay through is XCOM, but it's kind of XCOM light, right? So
yeah.
It does get challenging. There are challenges at the end, but it's sort of a more forgiving XCOM. And so there's a big sequel to that. But I was prompted to be reminded that that's what I'm looking forward to, because we had the end of the year sale on basically every single electronics store. And we're now segued into New Year sales. So I was having a wee look. Of course, Pantsu Hunter Back to the 90s notification came up, as it always does every time that game's on sale, thanks to you. Put it on my wish list. But the DLC to Mario Rabids Kingdom Battle, the Donkey Kong themed one, was highly discounted. So I purchased that and spent much of Christmas blasting through that. So that's what I've been playing. Really, really good. I mean, I don't know how I can say it any differently. It's really, really good.
Okay, so explain the premise of the game then.
So the premise of the game is I don't know how au fait you are with the Rabbids lore, but at some point there's a time traveling washing machine.
Okay.
And that has something to do with it. And so that kind of crash lands with Mario and the Rabbids on board, I think, and then they have to work together to get it back. And so it's quite weird because you've got normal Mario, and then you've got Mario Rabbid.
Yeah.
And then you have various other characters sort of inspired by various Nintendo properties. There is a Rabbid Kong in the main game. And you play through the various different levels, and then because it's a Ubisoft game, there's various collectibles. It's like puzzle pieces to find as you move between the levels, and treasure chests to unlock, and weapons to unlock. And this is a mini skill tree, but it's quite forgiving. And then Donkey Kong Adventure is DLC that you access via Mario Rabids Kingdom Battle, but it's completely standalone. And in that, you play as Rabbid Peach, who's kind of a fan favourite. He's obsessed with taking selfies and hates real Peach. Donkey Kong, and then Cranky Rabbid, I guess. Who's like a rabbit version of Cranky Kong.
Okay.
So those are your three. You just play as those three characters through the story, and you're trying to get all the bits of the washing machine together to go back. And so it's such a. The reason why I loved it is because it's a total love letter to the Donkey Kong franchise. Like the music in it. So there's a blog post on the website about that little Donkey Kong opening music that you find throughout. Yeah, look it up on the website www.thatguys.co.uk. And so at some point you have to use that tune to unlock a door. There's some great remixes by, I think they got Grant Kirkhope back to do some of the tunes for it as well. So some really good remixes of Donkey Kong themes. And then there's lots of banana shenanigans involved as well. So Peach is kind of your healer and can generate a shield for herself, as well as doing she's got AoE attack and just a straightforward shooting thing. Donkey Kong's deal is he has a banana that can kind of act like a boomerang and combo loads of people, but he can also pick up and throw enemies, your friendly team, or bits of the scenery. So that's kind of new to this DLC thing. So that's kind of cool. So you can throw enemies at each other. You could throw your buddies at enemies, or you can throw them so they can kind of get further. And there's lots of cool challenges which rely on you having to use this thing. And then Cranky Kong is kind of basically a shotgun character.
Cool.
So it's cool. So I blasted through the main game and got the puzzle pieces, and then I'm just working my way through the challenges, and the challenges are brutal. And I think there's a second level of challenges as well called Ultimate Challenges, which no doubt be really, really hard. And the kind of challenges where, so one of them is there's a particular kind of big rabbit who carries like a monolith, or like a menhir to whack you with. Some of the challenges are like you've got 5 turns to prevent any of these getting to a certain area. And you'll start off and it will look impossible. You bet this is, don't have enough turns. There's no way I can get my character over to this place here. And then kind of after many iterations and having it go, it all clicks together. So yeah, currently stuck on a level where you have a single turn to beat loads and loads of people, and I just can't work out how to do it. So that's quite fun. So yeah, I've been having a big old Mario Rabids blast, which reminded me that I am looking forward to the new one coming out, which, as these things do, is going to space, and so there's a Rabbid Rosalina.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. Well, that makes sense. That's quite cool.
Yeah, I'd expect some Mario Galaxy musical remixes. There's also some weird kind of emo Rabbid character in it.
Is that not Rosalina?
No. She's so like the Rabbid version of the character seems to emphasize all the elements of that character. So Rabbid Peach is like really vain and looks like Rabbid Rosalina from the trailer that we've got. Just falls asleep all the time.
Oh right, okay. Because that was her thing at the start of Galaxy, wasn't it?
Yeah, and kind of being a mum and sitting in the chair. There's also some creepy Rabbid versions of the star things you have to collect in Galaxy.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, they're kind of creepy. Far apart.
I mean, they were creepy to start off with.
It's not like they weren't creepy, let alone when you give them those kind of weird rabbit eyes and silly mouth. So I've been having an absolute blast. I'd kind of forgotten. I'd even archived the software. I'd forgotten how much I'd enjoyed that game. So,
wow.
Deal. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Good times. What have you been playing?
So, I also picked something up in the sales.
Ooh.
Yeah, this one was on the Steam sales, and I actually took one of your recommendations.
Oh my god, you're finally playing Resident Evil Revelation.
No, it was in the Steam sale. I already own Revelations.
And Revelations 2. I think I bought you one of them. Great. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. No, I decided, because you mentioned it was quite a short game, and I thought, you know what, this will be good just to sort of batter out during the holidays. I got Gris.
Oh, yeah. Oh, great.
As in Gris.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gris.
Which is Norwegian for pig, incidentally. So I've been having a lot of fun with that.
It's Spanish for grey, I think.
All right, okay.
So that's hugely exciting. What did you think?
Right, well, first of all, I'm 4 hours in, and I've only got 2 colours.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think it's as short a game as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, it's pretty. I think that's about it.
That's it.
It's quite pretty, yeah.
Are you not finding it emotionally? Are you playing with the music on though?
Yes.
Okay.
The new age plinky plonk music, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, no. Look, I mean, I appreciate. I'm not going to be a dick about this because I know that you were saying, like, this was, I think, one of your arguments for art and games as well, and how it's sort of put together. I do get that, and I do see how pretty it is, and it is kind of like playing a painting almost.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, it's really, really cool. But I don't know, like, and forgive me for sort of saying this, it just seems a little bit like a shallow platformer. I know that things happen and things change, but the way that it does that actually seems quite... It's not riveting, you know, like having another guy that's following you around and does a wee stomp as well. Although, yeah, I have to say, why is he not following me anymore? I was just like, oh, has he just decided to stay here forever? Which was a bit sad. But yeah, I think the power-ups, finally getting a double jump was good.
Oh god, the way you're talking about this game is horrible.
What?
you're approaching it from like a gameplay mechanics type, you know, talk about power-ups and double jumps. Whereas it's more about the metaphor, right? The journey of the game is you start, you know, with some not very subtle, you know, nods to the fact that it's like depression, right? Because
I know. Yeah, you got all the statues that are really sad and
the
crying.
Statues of a woman who's broken and falls apart, and then you're plunged into kind of colorlessness.
Yeah.
And then basically the you know, the game is a push out of that from the first minute go, really. So yeah, I don't think it should be approached in terms of like, oh, I got a double jump and I got a power up and there's a buddy that's following me around. It's more the journey that you go on, I think, which is why I appreciate it. I mean, there's no wrong way to play it.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's really interesting that you're like, oh, it's a platformer and now I've got a double jump.
Yeah, no, it was a platformer. You gotta collect the wee dots so that you can make the bridges. I got that. I mean, it's quite interesting that it's a game that doesn't tell you how to play it, as well, which is nice because you're just sort of playing it. And I do like that they've got the extra big collectibles for doing something extra. I'm guessing they're allowed to be missable, or they're the replay ability.
Game. At the end, you kind of see the recipes to hunt out shit you want, and none of them are particularly hard. It's just the, you know, occasional. You should have gone left here when you went right. Yeah, there was one where I had to do the double jump into the birds that make you do the super jump. Yeah.
And then you have to float down and then do another double jump just at the right time. That was a little tricksy.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But yeah, it's fine. Yeah, the music does rise. The big scary wind music.
That's cool.
Yeah, the organ music, and then get the big scary bird music as well, which is quite similar. Yeah, how far am I through the game? Is there a way for me to tell?
Yeah, I think there's 4 or 5 areas.
Okay.
You should keep coming back to the middle.
Back to the middle?
Yeah. You might not realise it because... but you keep going back through the middle to the different areas.
Okay. Nah, I didn't
Have you
realise that.
Have you done an underwatery bit yet?
No, I haven't done anything underwater.
Okay, I think that might be the next bit.
Okay.
Spoilers!
Yeah, that's fine.
I reckon you're like 2/5 of the way through.
Oh, okay. So there's quite a lot of playability in that one, yeah?
Yeah, it only took me a couple of hours, so unless you're going nuts on exploration.
I think I might have been exploring a little bit too much, just because it's like, as soon as I clicked the mechanic of, the big ones are extras, collectibles, and you have to do something extra for it, it's just like, right, go for it. But then, of course, there's the other thing, which is like, I've run this far, and I've jumped up onto this ledge and can't jump back down. Ah, well, I guess I've missed it. So, it's just that, I suppose, my bipolar approach to the game kind of makes me like, can I be arsed to get everything? No, but if it's obvious, I might get it, you know?
Yeah, and so you probably end up being less efficient, right? Than if you blast through the game, not really worrying about the pickup.
Yeah, exactly. What I should do is just keep pressing right. Yeah.
Blast it again, specifically looking for the pickups.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to go through and get all the pickups first time, probably taking longer than you would if you just did 2 playthroughs. Yeah.
What I'd like is if I got an ending that was based on how many of the extra ones I'd got. You know?
Yeah, I don't think that happens yet. You don't need to worry about it. It's literally just like you said, little bit of replayability.
Cool.
Oh, well, I'm glad you've completely ruined the sentimental approach by treating it as a fucking platform.
When do I get to fly? Oh, the underwater stuff. Oh, I hate underwater. Do I run out of breath underwater?
No, you don't.
Okay, that's fine. I hate that mechanic.
Yeah, no, it's good. The underwater stuff's really good.
Yeah. You still there?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I would probably give that, so far, 3 double jumps out of 5.
3 double jumps out of 5. Good. Okay, see how you feel. Let's pick up again when you've got to the end.
Yeah.
See how you think about the whole piece.
Absolutely. Right. What have you been playing?
I had a wee look at what demos are available and so to download a whole bunch of demos. And one of the ones which I saw quite a few people talking about and I'd never really heard about before is called Blue Reflection Second Light. So let's...
Oh, wait a minute. Blue Reflections. Yeah.
Blue Reflection Second Light.
Is that like, is it schoolgirls that have magical powers?
It is, yeah. It looks like some Shin Megami Tensei knockoff.
Yeah.
In that.
Except they're all magical girls, which is a weird concept. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's getting increasingly difficult on the Nintendo eShop to, again, particularly looking through things like sales, is to work out. I don't know how you do it. You know, somewhere demarking these games are legitimate games for you to be playing. And these games are horrible, shitty shovelware. And we mentioned it a few times in the past, but I don't know what it is. Why we're getting it's happening in English with English titles as well. But these Japanese titles for games are getting so ridiculous that again, that's no longer like a quick way to work out whether this game's legit or not. So this is Blue Reflection Second Light. I presume there was an original Blue Reflection. Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's on Steam.
Just normal Blue Reflection.
Yeah.
And so I downloaded the demo. And yeah, you mysterious schoolgirls transported to this school, which is on an island, and then I gather I stopped playing the demo basically. I was so bored. You go to a place called the Faraway where you fight demons, and 3 of the 4 magical schoolgirls have a magical ring, and the only information they get is the main character remembers her past, but none of the other characters remember their past. But they're all signed up to like some weird social media service. I can't remember what it's called. It's the only thing that works on their phone. And then you go to the faraway to pick up items. Blah blah.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Visual novel trappings. Yeah. And you've got the tall and responsible schoolgirl, then you've got the annoying little yappy schoolgirl, and then you've got the schoolgirl who's sort of like you but has different colour uniform, who's probably going to be your best friend. And that's all the different kinds of women that there are in this world, all represented in this game.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, not tropey in any fashion at all.
No, maybe later on you unlock, a fat one or a goth one, and then that's the full spectrum of
okay.
schoolgirls. Okay.
Yeah, it's just an RPG slash 'em up thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Fantastic. What would you give that? How many schoolgirls out of?
I'd give it one mysterious. Oh God, this is ironic. What's it called when you lose your memory?
What? Use your memory.
Lose your memory.
Oh, amnesia.
Amnesia. There you go.
I heard use your memory, and I was just like, wow, that's even more.
One mysterious amnesic schoolgirl out of 5.
5.
Yeah.
5. Okay, we're going for the standard 5s today.
Yeah, from the demo.
Yeah.
So there we go. It's every now and then it's good to step outside what you'd normally like and try something else.
Yeah.
And I can't remember why I ended up downloading that. I think it's because I saw somebody on social media was ranting and raving about this series. I think is it called the Alchemist series?
No, there's actually a series on what's it called? Blue Reflection.
Yeah, but that's why I kind of had it in my mind.
Okay. I only know this because I've Wikipedia'd it. So if you're at all interested, Blue Reflection came out for PlayStation 4 and Windows, and then there's this sequel, Second Light, which came out in October last year. So it's like, I think there's 4 years difference between the two. I think the only reason I kind of know about it is because when I had a Vita, it was one of these ones that always popped up on the store.
Okay.
And then I saw it on Steam, and I was always like, why is this game always 50 quid on Steam?
Yeah, well, exactly the same. And I don't know, maybe it's fair, and maybe there are fans of Blue Reflection out there screaming at us.
I mean, it's Koei Tecmo, so it's going to have a reasonably good fighting engine or something involved there.
Yeah, but I just, to me, I don't know. I look at it and then I see that it's retailing the full versions for 50 quid. I think really, but I don't know. I'm sort of critical of that as well. Is why? Is it because it's a visual novel that it shouldn't be that much, or there's visual novel parts? There's also a combat bit to it, and like you say, it's by a quite a legit company. But yeah, this is why I ended up downloading this, because I didn't. Have you ever heard of the Atelier series before?
Atelier. It doesn't sound unfamiliar.
It's this massive series. There were like, I don't know, 50 games, 60 games, including remakes. Going back to the Sega Saturn days.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, someone on my social media was ranting and raving because they just picked up like there were 3 collections of 3 Atelier games for the Nintendo Switch, and they go for silly about like 200 quid now for these things. And I just never heard of this series at all before. And that's Koei Tecmo as well. So I was looking for a demo for that, I think, and then I saw Blue Reflection. I thought, I'll download that whilst I'm looking for the Atelier. I didn't find Atelier in the end.
Huh?
There we go. But Alchemist of Solberg, Atelier, The Fall of Alchemy, The Apprentice of Ireland.
Yeah, Atelier Frillis, The Alchemy and the Mysterious Journey.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, it's like the game is the final game in Gust's Beautiful Girls Festival project, which also includes Atelier Frillis and Knights of Azure 2. It was produced by some Japanese men who also designed the characters. Is intended to be a portrayal of youth for women, focusing on the concepts of interaction between women and personal growth through sharing experiences with people. This is Wikipedia.
I just don't know what kind of game it is. It looks like...
I don't know. I mean, like... I know I'm a fan of the Neptunia side of things, but this is just getting too much about schoolgirls having special powers and touching on the creepy. Was it creepy, or was it
Blue Reflection? I didn't play enough of it. It didn't really get creepy. No, it was. If anything, it was just
boring,
boring and annoying. Yeah, the voices is like, oh god, give it a break.
Yeah.
And I really didn't like the animation style. But I don't know, if there's a demo of the Atelier series, I might try that. I'm just curious that there's been this huge series for so long that I just have no recognition of. It scores quite well in Famitsu and stuff.
Cool. Well, yeah, let's move on, shall we?
Yes. What have you been playing?
So, before Christmas, I decided to have a little look at the Epic Store because I have a ton of games and Epic, not just to sort of make you aware of this, they're doing a really, really good, or did a really good bunch of free games for 2 weeks over Christmas. Including at the moment, I think they've got all 3 Tomb Raider, Shadow, Rise of that generation of Tomb Raider for free, just for free.
I know, great.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was still up.
There was a bunch of other really good pickups as well that I got. That I will just have blanked out as not downloaded and never played on my Epic Store, I'm sure. But I also got a recommendation, and I thought, I'll give this a wee go just to see how it is. And I played Darkest Dungeon. Have you played Darkest Dungeon?
I have not. I have watched various Let's Plays of it. I've got a couple of friends who are obsessed with it. Yeah.
Okay, so
give us the lowdown. What kind of game is it?
It is a very definitive roguelike.
It is a very definitive roguelike.
Yeah, it is basically you're sending adventurers, heroes. Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't say they're all heroes. Adventurers.
No more heroes.
I'm going to say adventurers out, and they have to go and collect artifacts and fight things. But the process of going through the fighting, which is short, intense, turn-based things, heightens their fear and gives them weird quirks. And you want to try and keep your heroes for as long as possible, but they're going to get a bit weird, and they have to visit chapels to try and exorcise their demons, and basically you're just going through the game over and over to try get all the artifacts back, go further through the campaign, and at the same time everything is there to make the whole thing very difficult for you. Everything, absolutely everything is just designed to make it very difficult for you. I liked the art style. I thought it was quite funky, that 2D sort of style. I liked that it was turn-based. I was like, yes, a turn-based game. And it actually felt similar to like a JRPG, but you've got a really, really restrictive moveset. kind of like the start of Pokemon. You know,
I was gonna say you're not. You're not. I mean, you're not a huge rogue fan, right?
Yeah, I'm not really. And to be honest, that's the bit that I am least excited about. I was more excited about the RPG turn-based combat and like, all right, do this, do that, and then this does it, you know. So I was quite excited about that, and like I said, it is very restrictive. So you will find yourself with a character who genuinely can't hit anything at the moment, and you're like, oh no, right, okay, what did I do? Got to do something. So yeah, there was quite a few moments, and it reminded me an awful lot of like early days of Pokemon, and I mean early days, as in like you've only got cut left as your main attacking move, you know. You've got one Pokemon and he's your HM slave, and he's gonna have to win this battle by using cut. You know, that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's the narration on it is really, really good. The guy who does that voiceover should do more voiceover. He was very, very fun. Now, I've only really scratched the surface of it. I played it for a few hours, and I let a lot of people die. I'll be honest with you.
Do you not get attached to them? Because that's my problem with these roguelikes. I guess it's part of the point is that
yes,
you get attached to your characters, and then
yeah, I mean that's the thing, and they do develop little personality quirks, and things like that. That's it, really.
Has it got its claws in you? Because some people talk.
No,
talk
it absolutely does not have its claws
like,
in me because
just another go. I'll just have another go. I'll just do another run. I'll just do another run.
No, because the runs take a long time. So like, I mean, maybe I'm just digesting it in the wrong way. But like, it takes me a while to get through that, do this thing, get to the artifact, or just die and then have to get some new people on board or whatever. So maybe I'm missing something, but it seems quite a hard game. And like I say, everything there is just meant to be there to make it more difficult, and it's quite gritty and visceral in that fashion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you pick up like madness points and stuff.
Yes, exactly. So the more you go through the dungeon, and the more enemies you fight, and the more more stressed you get, and the more you get these traits and quirks, and that's what's quite cool about it, is because like you should get attached to them, but I'm just very, very aware that I'm probably going to kill them the next time I take them out. So I think maybe it's not the kind of game for me. As in, I'm not of the right frame of mind for that. Probably similar to Gris. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's a double jump. Yay!
Once you get the double jump in Gris. Oh. Yeah. And it seems like you're playing this more like Oregon Trail than you are.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But yeah, look, that being said, what did keep drawing me back to it was the art style, and also the voiceover. It's really quite cool, and the whole ambience created by the art, by the music, by the voiceovers, by the, just this sort of dungeony, medievally thing. I dig that.
It's got kind of like a board game like charm.
Yes.
Right? You can imagine all of these as little pieces that you slot into a base, coming out of a box type thing. Yeah. Very much. Yeah. In fact, it's like, yeah, you're entirely right. It's very, very board gamey, D&D style. Yeah, clearly developed by people who like those kind of board games. Yeah. Great, but not something you'll probably see yourself just playing forever and ever.
No, I'll be surprised if I actually even launch it again. That being said, the recommendation I got was for Darkest Dungeon 2.
Is that already out?
Yeah, well, it's it's referred to as early access, but apparently a very, very polished early access on Epic Store. Yeah.
So I think Darkest Dungeon was one of those ones that, was it for a year, 2 year, 5 years as a playable whatever, and the version that you can download and play today is very different from the version that people were playing.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gone through iterations. But yeah, maybe some of the things that I find jarring in the game might be improved for Darkest Dungeon 2. So I was just kind of thinking, if I ever go back to the Darkest Dungeon series, I'll probably just skip 1 and go straight to 2. Apparently it's the same voiceover dude as well, which is
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I find with a couple of the roguelikes that I play, is there's something quite cathartic about just being I can just do a run with this team and they will die, or there's slim chance that they'll get all the way through to the end, and that's it. I don't have to worry about daily login bonuses or blah blah blah, doing all of these challenges, I can just play this game and enjoy it for what it is, for as long as the run lasts, without having to stress about it being a games as a service monolith that you have to got 4 pages of things to do and tick and unlock and do like that. So that's how I play them every now and then. It's just I'm not too sure what I do. I'll chuck on one of the rogues. But that's just me.
Yeah. So yeah.
How many
Dead Adventurers?
Adventures would you give?
I'm going to give it 71 Dead Adventures out of 100.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So what have you been playing?
I again in the sales, a sucker for the sales. It sounds like we've spent huge dollar on these sales, but it wasn't really that much. Is I finally picked up, I think I mentioned it on the podcast, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered on the Nintendo Switch. I think for something like £7 maybe, which is great. I have put a couple of hours into it. When you're replaying games and you remember things as you play them, but you wouldn't have remembered them before. Do you know what I mean? It's like a weird
deja vu.
No, it's like a weird kind of nostalgia. Like, oh yeah, I knew this was in here, but I'd completely forgotten.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm kind of running around Balam Garden, and for example, I'd forgotten that your computer at your desk is like an interactive thing, and there's like a little chat room where everyone's talking about the garden festival.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was kind of these things were revealing themselves to me again. I was like, oh yeah, I've forgotten about the depth, because with the years since I've played Final Fantasy VIII, I just boiled it down to, oh yeah, it's the one where school doesn't really say anything, and then there's that weird bit in space, and then you all remember that you're related to each other. And there's obviously a lot more to it. And so being a couple of hours in, all I've done is I went to get Ifrit. I called Shiva a vaccine.
Yeah, that was a brilliant picture.
My God, they've got a vaccine. And then I've just been playing Triple Triad.
Nice.
The first guy I played, I lost literally all my cards to, as though I had less than 5, so I couldn't even start a game. Then I went to Ifrit and managed to pick up a card. Then I found somebody easier to play and started winning cards back. And then I was like, I remember there being certain Triple Triad cards that you can only collect like once, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I forgot how shitty it was.
And you can just lose them.
Yes.
That's the worst part.
But then do you remember there's some that you have to lose to the card queen?
Yes, so that you can get other ones.
Yeah. I know. So anyway, I had an eye on a guide. I was like, oh yeah, you get Mini Mog from that guy who's running around, and then I was trying to get Leviathan, but I think it's too early to just school on my own. Do you remember there's you probably don't. I certainly didn't. I sort of vaguely remembered there was the I can't remember what they're called. Card mavens, card club people. There's
Yeah.
like Joker, King, and Queen.
Yes.
And the Joker's in the training area, but it's a random spawn, so it's a bit like the Golden Saucer. You have to keep running on and off the screen
Oh God, yeah.
until he appears in order to get Leviathan. So yeah, I've already got Keystis off of one of the Keystis fan club that you... Yeah. I've just been playing Triple Triad. But what I had forgotten in my mission to get as many good Triple Triad cards before doing anything in the story, so I've still have to do my seed exam. I'd forgotten just how much of the school was explorable.
Just explorable.
In my mind it was
Cool.
like one screen. You got the library, you got the dormitory, you got the cafeteria.
I remember getting lost in the school a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of a big circle, but static screens, and the map makes it look like it just should be a donut. And
Yeah.
I've met Selfie as well. She's been very annoying, but she's not part of my team. So yeah, Final Fantasy VIII. Who knew?
Yeah.
It's exciting times.
I mean, like, as soon as you said that, I had Final Fantasy VIII already, on my PC for the remastered version. I thought, I could do the same. But then, like, I don't know if I can invest the amount of time. I certainly can't invest the disappointingness of Triple Triad. I don't really remember much about that game, except that reading guides about Triple Triad and just like, oh shit, I have to... You can lose the card until this one turns up. You've got to win that card, and even then there's only a chance you can win it. And then on the other side of that, you can then have to fight that person again until you win your other card back. But also, you have to win.
Yeah.
And it's not always as simple as just playing to win. There is definitely, oh shit, I'm getting done over here. I'm going to lose a card.
Yeah. And they're brutal about it as well. They will just go straight for like, I'm having your best card. Just take your best card.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it with Triple Triad until do you remember that you start to get different rules? There's like elemental cards, and then those rules can start moving to different regions.
Oh yeah, of course, the rules around it. Oh god.
And that's when it starts to get really fucky, because like one of the rules is if you lose, the other player takes all the cards you played with instead of just one.
Yeah.
That gets really fucky. So I've got my nostalgia's worth. But I was surprised at how little I remembered and how much I was remembering about Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
So I might play it some more.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll still try it. I just love that. So again, is this the kind of like, a nostalgic wonder at technology? I just like that you can challenge almost everybody to Triple Triad. Sometimes they don't have cards. A lot of the time they're like, oh yeah, I'll play you a game.
Yeah, I know. You just see that option coming up. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like a secret. Everyone's potentially a card player.
Yeah, a secret Triple Triad addict.
Yeah, I remember it blowing my mind at the time when it came out. Oh my god, you got this whole extra thing. Although Triple Triad's just one small part of that massive game.
Yeah. Is it worth putting a rating on this?
This
time round? How many?
Yeah, how many
carbuncle cards would you give it out of?
I'm enjoying the shit out of. Basically, I've put like 2.5 hours into it. I've not done the first thing you're supposed to. Well, I guess the first thing is going to fight Ifrit. I've not done the second thing that you're supposed to do, which is if there's no one in my party. The other thing I also forgot is how detailed the junctioning is in Final Fantasy VIII. I'd really forgotten that. Do you remember like you junction your GFs and then your GFs give you
different stats, different.
But some of the stats are like the ability to junction elementals to your attack, to your defense, it really, really detailed. I was like, wow, okay, I think I did not engage with this I just, went to auto. Did not engage with this very much when I first played it through, and just played it more like Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, huge depth there. So I'm really enjoying it, despite not having moved the story forward at all. So I'm going to give it Final Fantasy VII out of Final Fantasy 9.
9. Okay, 7 out of 9.
Yeah.
Huh? That's good.
The first 3 screens of Final Fantasy.
yeah. And that's it, just triple triad the rest.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. But then retire on top and undefeated.
If it means anything to you, just talking about the triple triad and the rules and the stuff that's floating around about that has made me decide I don't want to play that game. Just like, I remember this all now, and just like, I know that people there was people begging for a triple triad mobile game, well, the game itself isn't fun. It's the collecting of the cards, which is the brutal, awful, horrible, interesting part of the game.
It's fun whilst you're winning, but then particularly in the early games, when you lose and someone takes your best card, and then you lose again because you won't play it, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm being I'm being cleaned out by some fucking NPC who has one line of dialogue. It's cleaning me out of my cards, and I'll never be able to win them back. So I think they added it in 14, right? Triple Triad's back in Final Fantasy 14.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because it was so popular.
I mean, an IRL one would be quite good. People who have the app, and having to play versus each other, and the same rules and things like that applying, and regions floating around. But who's got the time for that sort of stuff,
Yeah. Yes, I think there's a official app, isn't there, for Final Fantasy, and Triple Triad is part of that.
Yeah. Maybe. I
Portal?
haven't really.
It's called Final Fantasy Portal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There we go. More and more evidence for us to be playing Final Fantasy XIV. What are you playing?
Hey. I think that was it, really, from me.
Okay, I've got one more.
You've got one more? Okay. Then I'll throw the ball back at you.
Thank you.
Actually, no. Sorry, I'm wrong. I'm very, very wrong. But you asked the wrong question.
Okay.
The question was, what have we been playing?
Yeah. What have we been playing?
Mario Party!
Yeah, we did. In person as well.
In person, yeah. And good fun. I actually had another go at it as well, and finished the first board. It's really, really good. It's way better than the one that was out on the Wii U.
Yeah, Mario Party is one of those series where you can kind of roll the dice on, is this a good Mario Party or a bad Mario Party? And so for background readers, is early on, when Richie and I first met each other, we would go to was it Virgin?
Yeah, it was. It was the second floor of a Virgin Megastore. Yeah.
We go to Virgin Megastore, and they had a playable N64 with Mario Party 64, I assume, Super Mario Party 64.
Yeah.
And we used to go there. I don't know. And my memory tells me a lot. Perhaps not as lot as I remember, but quite a bit, just to play Mario Party. And it was great. And so that forms part of the nostalgia of our relationship. And then, yeah, like you said, there have been some bad Mario Parties and some good Mario Parties in the intervening years. But this one seems to be like a good one from the small amount of time I played it.
Yeah, and I agree with you entirely. The thing is, it harkens back more to the N64 one, which is probably why I like it a lot more as well. And there's less fuckery going on. There's just like things that go wrong. Yes, they go wrong, and it's there's really there's never really a true winner, because it's all just luck. It's all just luck. I was playing versus the CPUs, and it's just nonsense, some of the shit that happens. Like, the CPU is so good at the minigame, so you're just like, this is not fair. This is just not fair. You know, like, there's a little Scalextrix one, which comes from the GameCube one. And basically, if you go too fast, you spin out.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
Scalextrix minigame in video games.
Absolutely fine. And of course, you can slow down to go around the curves, but for some reason, the AI is amazing at it, never spins out, you know, and seems to be going full pelt the entire way. You know, it's like, okay, then I'm not winning this minigame, am I? Yeah, and there's lots of shit like that as well. Like, we did the pogo hopping one together. Remember? Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, but with the AI as the middle spinner guy, not so much fun. Just really, you know, it's like one of these images from the movies where you just see the reticle targeting in and getting smaller right onto that person, focusing, knowing that it's just going for you, and that is it. You know, like, oh my god. So the AI is solid. It's maybe not Fox and Falco combo solid, but it's quite tough. But there's always that random factor, and you end up with a ridiculous what's it called, things just happening mid game. Like, I think I was right before collecting a star, then Wario used his golden pipe, collects the star, then rolls 10 and manages to steal another star all in the same round. And you're just like, oh, fucker. You know, this guy was, you know, right at the end of the game, you know, everybody's even, and Wario had won, you know, fucked off the other person more award and got a star for it, you know? So, like, the end ratings for people where they give out the extra stars is brutal. So brutal, and it just changes everything. It's just like, whoever was winning is not the winner anymore.
And this is why, like, I'd love for there to be a pro gaming Mario Party circuit. Right? We see, you know, final world stage finals, and it's basically just sheer luck. You know, yes, there's some skill involved, and that will increase your chances, but the number of times that the game completely turns, the running order completely turns around in the last turn because of fuckery. There's nothing you can do about it. So this is Mario Party Superstars, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think there's a couple out on the Nintendo Switch. And what I really liked about it is you can choose if you want to play with just the N64 games or just the GameCube games. It's kind of a cool feature. Yeah, they're
like choosing those different mini games, and there's other like customizable stuff. So as you go through the game, this is something we didn't do. You actually gain XP for the different boards, and you also get stickers and other things like that, other fun customizable things to play about with. There's also 5 different boards to play on. So the one that we played was the Yoshi Island one, but there's like a space one, there's Peach's Cake one, and there's lots of different ones. There's a Wacky Woods or something like that as well. As they do. There's plenty of replayability in that game, and the reason that I was asking if you had a copy of it as well is it's online as well.
Nice.
That is nice. Yeah.
Good bit of Mario Party.
Yeah. So we have been playing that. Do you have any other insights?
insights into Mario Party or other things? No, not really.
Yeah.
How many classic boards out of classic boards would you give it?
I'm gonna give it 7 out of 7.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it is exactly what you want from a Mario Party game, and I'm happy to have it back because, like, as I said, the Wii U version that I played, it was messy. Everything was a bit too random. There wasn't any fun to be had, really. Well, there was fun to be had. It's just it wasn't as engaging. Whereas this one is like hits you right in nostalgia, and then it's a whole new game to play. So it's good fun. Yeah.
Stick that on the back of the box.
Yeah. Yeah, stick it. Absolutely. Okay, so that's Mario Party. You had one more you want to talk about.
I did have one more, yeah. I was looking at my backloggery, as you do, and it has a really nice feature where it kind of tells you how well you've done this year. So your breakdown of basically your progress index. So my progress index was in the negatives, not as negative as it has been, not as positive as it should be. So I thought, okay, this is on, I think, 2 days before the end of the year. I was like, where can I get an easy win in? And I thought, you know what, I've never beaten the original Metroid on the NES. So I sat down and in 2 sessions over 2 days, I completed Metroid on the Nintendo Switch NES.
Did you do a lot of rewinding?
I scummed the shit out of it. Let me tell you, my friend, Metroid on the Nintendo Entertainment System is bullshit, and particularly the ending. So I was playing with a guide. I have like a printed guide in a cool book. What's it called? Playing with Power, Nintendo NES Classics. It's kind of like a nice overview of all those NES classics, but it also gives you guides how to play them. So I had the guide open and I was using the Switch emulator. So I was not only save scumming but also rewinding, because you can hold the shoulder buttons and rewind. I was playing with the NES controller as well. So just use that to remove all element of stressing. But yeah, I've just a few thoughts because I don't think I'd ever I'd never played through that particular version before. One of which is so much one of those things that blows my mind is how did anyone originally play that game and work out where these things are? Because serious progression through that game is hidden behind a secret wall.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I think Ridley, like the entirety of Ridley's hideout is you have to kind of know to create a bomb through a hidden wall. Including, you know, weapons that you need to progress, like the ice beam and the wave beam, etc., etc. So, just massive respect to anyone who beat it back in the day, because that required a lot of patience and I imagine a pen and paper to try and work it all out. And then the final stretch, the last run, where you beat Kraid, you beat Ridley, and then you go to the special last area to fight Mother Brain. That last stretch with the Metroids, which you have to have the freeze ray for and to missile them, which I completely forgot about despite having a guide, so actually going to get the ice beam again, is brutal because one, you get stuck with 2 Metroids and that's it, they just suck all your life away.
Yeah.
And then there's a bit which, have you beaten Metroid?
No, I've never played any Metroids.
Okay. Well, you probably know, you know, the ending is Mother Brain, right? The big brain in a jar.
Yeah.
And you have to stand on this. You have to destroy 6 Zebatites, which are like these. In order to get to her, 5 Zebatites, I think, which are just like these little columns. You stand on this platform and you shoot these columns, but they regenerate if you're not continuously shooting them. So whilst you're trying to shoot through these Zebabites, then jump up and get to the next area, there's these annoying ring projectiles bouncing around the level, which you may remember. They're also when you summon Mother Brain in Smash Ultimate, those rings are kind of bouncing around. And then there's so many of these annoying little turrets which are indestructible, which shoot little projectiles out. And so you're just
lovely.
Yes, you're trying to stand on the top of this platform to to shoot out this column, to jump into the next area, to shoot out the next column, whilst you're just being fucking pelted at from every angle, and each time you get hit by a projectile, it nudges you backwards, nudges you forwards, nudges you off the platform, and then you're getting hit by rings. It's just this brutal gauntlet you've got to do, and then when you get to the end, you have to shoot way too many missiles at Mother Brain. But whilst you're standing there shooting missiles at Mother Brain, you're also surrounded by these little invincible turrets and these fucking ring spawn things. So yeah, I don't know how anyone back in the day, having done that, having remembered all these things, having worked out where the hidden items were, having got all the way to the end, and then without save scumming, or continuously rewinding back to when you're in a favourable state, ever beat that game.
Yeah, whoever did, hats off to them. 100%.
Yeah, really.
It's just, again, it's just the thing that we've mentioned so many times about the NES is how brutal those games can be, just because you literally can't just play them and win. You have to play them, die, learn from your mistake, die, remember both those mistakes, die, remember all three of those mistakes. It's like a weird Simon Says,
Yeah, it really is. There is a password system.
Okay, that's good. Yeah,
and there was a password system originally, so it does reduce on the full amounts of backtracking.
Yeah,
it was frustrating enough. It was frustrating enough, and I was worried that I'd got myself into a bind as well, because I kept rewinding within the rewind. I thought, one of these times I'm going to rewind it, so I've got no health left, and I'm just next to a projectile, and I can't. I'm fucked. I think it just kicks you back to the start of the game, but everything's unlocked and you have all weapons. It's not too bad. So that was fun. That was fun. So I finally finished Metroid. I didn't get the bikini ending. Surprise. But I did get to see Samus's little pixel face. So yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. Cool.
There we go. Last game of 2021 was the OG Metroid.
Yeah. That's nice that we're keeping it modern. And
1987, I think that game came out.
Wow. Well, there we go. I think that's it for What Are You Playing?
Yeah, we've been playing quite a lot. Well done, us.
Yeah, that's what the season does to you. Who wants to speak to your relatives when you can just play games?
Yeah. Agreed.
Right. That guy's a maniac.
Why did he bite me in the new year?